How many pieces of technology do you use on a daily basis? Many, right? We have the internet, smartphones, computers, calculators, and so many others that have become an integral part of our lives. But all of them looked a lot different back then and have evolved tremendously. So, how about we look at this transformation and review the past and present technology and see how it was back then versus now? So, if you want to know all about it, then keep watching this video, as you will surely learn a lot. Let's begin. Data storage. In the 1880s, punch cards were introduced, which were like oversized index cards with holes that were punched in specific patterns. They were used to input and store data and read using machines that detected these holes, interpreting the pattern to retrieve encoded information. The 1950s marked a pivotal shift with the introduction of magnetic tape by IBM that stored data using tiny magnets on a long ribbon. These magnets were arranged to represent the zeros and ones of computer data, allowing just a few megabytes of information to be stored and retrieved. Then came the HDD of hard drives, those colorful floppy disks with just 80 kilobytes of storage, CDs, and DVDs catering to our small computing needs. Solid-state drives, or SSDs, like USB pen drives and SSD cards, made it possible to store, carry, and transfer data quickly. But now we have the cloud for storing enormous amounts of data, and over 60% of the world's corporate data is stored there. It is estimated that well over 2.3 billion people use personal cloud. Mobile phone. The evolution of mobile phones began with early models like the Motorola Dynatac 8000X in 1983. It was the first handheld cellular phone that allowed people to make longer distance calls than just a landline phone. It was 10 inches in length, weighed 2.5 pounds, and cost almost $4,000, or $11,500 inflation adjusted. Guess how much it took to charge? 10 hours, and had only 30 minutes of talk time. Beginning with basic calling functionality, early models were bulky and highly limited. Nokia dominated the 1990s with iconic devices such as the Nokia 3310, and the introduction of the BlackBerry in the early 2000s marked a shift towards smartphones with email capabilities. Then, Apple emerged, and the iPhone, launched in 2007, quickly revolutionized the industry with its touchscreen interface and App Store. Did you know the Nokia 1110 is the best-selling mobile phone of all time, with over 250 million units sold between 2003 and 2009? I mean, wow! Laptops. The idea of laptops emerged in the 1970s when there was a quest for portable computing. The Osborne 1, released in 1981, was the first commercially successful laptop. It weighed a hefty 24 pounds, and the screen was just 5 inches. Despite its bulk, it was revolutionary. Storage was limited to a 5.25-inch floppy disk holding about 90 kilobytes. For comparison, an average iPhone photo is 32 times more in size. As technology advanced, laptops became smaller, lighter, and more powerful. The 1990s saw the rise of compact models like the IBM ThinkPad. It cost around $2,000, which is more than $6,000 today. By the 2000s, laptops with CD-ROM drives and larger hard drives became common. Today, sleek and powerful laptops boast features like SSDs, high-resolution screens, and extensive storage capacities, showcasing a remarkable evolution in portable computing. Lenovo has even introduced a futuristic ThinkBook transport display laptop with a screen that you can literally see through. Please take 2 seconds to help me out and hit the like and subscribe button if you're enjoying the video so far. Each like and subscribe helps support this channel and keeps me motivated to keep making you valuable content. Thank you. Now back to the video. Reading. How do you like to read? If your ancestors saw us reading articles, news, and whole books on a screen, they would probably find it crazy. Book reading has its origins dating back to ancient civilizations. The concept evolved alongside the development of written language, with early examples found in ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt, and China around 3000 BCE. These early texts were inscribed on clay tablets, papyrus scrolls or bamboo slips. Over centuries, various cultures contributed to the development of books, transitioning from scrolls to bound manuscripts. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the mid-5th century revolutionized book production, making books more accessible. Today, we do read from books, but according to research, total book reading has been declining significantly over the past decade. And to be honest, with our minds and eyes constantly occupied by mobiles and laptops, who has the time to sit and read from a book? Now, lots of people prefer e-readers, led by Amazon's Kindle, which emerged in 2007. It uses e-ink technology and mimics paper, reducing eye strain. Early models, like the Kindle One, could store around 200 books. But today, even the entry-level device can store over 2,000 books. This way, you have a whole library in a compact device. Calculators. The concept of a calculator originated from the abacus, an ancient Chinese counting device. Then, in the early 17th century, mechanical calculators like the Pascaline and Leibniz calculator were introduced, paving the way for automated computation. The arithmometer, developed in the mid-19th century by Charles Xavier Thomas, was the first commercially successful mechanical calculator. It featured a brass keyboard and a pinwheel mechanism, providing a reliable method for basic arithmetic. Moving into the 20th century, the Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, or ENIAC, was made to help out with complex scientific and military calculations during World War II. ENIAC used vacuum tubes and punch cards and required a large room for storage because it was 25 feet long and 8 feet in width and height. The 1970s marked a significant turning point with the advent of electronic calculators. The HP 35, launched in 1972, was the first scientific pocket calculator. Soon after, pocket-sized calculators became widely accessible. Casio introduced solar-powered models, emphasizing sustainability. By the 21st century, calculators evolved into multifunctional devices with programmable features, advanced graphing, and connectivity. For example, the Texas Instruments TI Inspire and Casio ClassPad series. Today, calculators often include touchscreen interfaces, 3D graphing, and compatibility with computer software. Television. Television is a marvel of innovation and traces its roots to the early 20th century. The first ever TV, created by John Logie Baird in 1925, featured a mere 30-line resolution. For perspective, the resolution you are watching this video on is the number of lines being scanned per frame, and 30 lines is pretty terrible picture quality. Baird made it possible to scan, transmit, and reconvert a simple image by passing a beam of light through a rapidly spinning disc punched with holes. The first ever TV looked more like a cabinet with a tiny display hole. Then, in the 1930s, Marconi EMIs emerged, which were far superior electronic television sets and had cathode ray tubes able to produce 405 scan lines. Fast forward to the 1950s, when color TVs made their debut. They transformed the viewing experience forever. The 1980s brought the flat-screen CRT TVs, but the real revolution came with the advent of LCD and plasma screens in the 1990s. The early 2000s witnessed the rise of high-definition TVs, providing crisper, lifelike visuals. If we compare the first original cabinet-like TV to the modern 8K UHD TV, the latter has about 175 times better picture quality. And did you know we have transparent TV technology now? That's right, folks. LG has come out with the world's first wireless, transparent OLED TV. It has a glass display that looks like it disappears when turned off. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is undeniably taking over our daily lives, and its evolution began in the mid-20th century, progressing from simple tasks to strategic triumphs, from rule-based systems to more advanced machine learning algorithms. Alan Turing, a British mathematician and a World War II codebreaker, is credited with being one of the first people to come up with the idea of machines that think. From that, humans have made it possible for machines to think and complete tasks on their own. And John McCarthy is credited with coining the term AI in the mid-1950s. Fast forward to the 21st century, AI experienced a renaissance with breakthroughs in machine learning and neural networks. Google's PageRank algorithm, introduced in 1996, marked a significant application of AI in search engines. IBM's Deep Blue supercomputer defeated the world chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1997. It was huge news back then, and a sign that artificial intelligence was catching up to human intelligence. Today, we have autonomous vehicles, chatbots, and recommendation systems, all powered by AI. OpenAI's GPT-3, introduced in 2020, showcases remarkable language generation capabilities and has revolutionized the industry. So, there you have it. With such a fast-paced and competitive technology scene, we can only imagine what new innovations we will have in the next decade. That's it for this video. Please press like and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out this video on the screen now. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.